Alright, what's going on, guys? It is time for another weekly recap, the first one of 2019. We only have 2 stories for today, but I'm definitely excited about them. The first one especially, alright? The second one is more so something that I wanted to discuss and give my opinion on, but I didn't think it was worthy of its own video, so, we're going to kind of combine them both into a recap. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Last night, I was just browsing Twitch, as one might typically do late at night, and I came across this very interesting stream. I gotta say, I've never seen anything like this before. Honestly, this is probably my new favorite stream on Twitch. Words can't even really do it justice. I can't even explain it. I gotta just show you guys what I'm talking about.
A few moments later.
That clip actually continues on for an uncomfortable, I would say, amount of time. So I thought I would shorten it a little bit. We're trying to keep it family friendly over here. But it was definitely interesting, to say the least. However, does anyone know what game they are playing? I'm low-key trying to find out. I would love to play this game with some of the homies. I think it'd be a lot of fun, a great bonding experience. Really get to know each other, physically and emotionally. I just think it would be a great time. But let's take a deeper look at this stream, alright? I mean, they aren't even hiding it. If you take a look at the bottom left, it says Sugar Daddy of the Month. Now, that's an interesting name to give your top donator. Not something that I use on my personal stream, but I'll keep that in mind. It's not a bad name. As you can see, Brog Boy donated $5, and he's also the most recent donation, so I'm thinking that these girls might be new to Twitch, because surely they can gather more than $5 for their Sugar Daddy of the Month. I mean, this is high quality content right here. I mean, I've never even seen this game before, but it looks really fun. Unfortunately for them, they did end up getting banned, which I have to admit, I was kind of surprised. Like, obviously, this isn't allowed on Twitch. However, it's not too far off from what we consider normal content on Twitch. It certainly is not surprising. I'm sure these young ladies will have no problem finding a new Sugar Daddy of the Month, although they will probably have to take this content to a different platform. I think there are plenty of options out there of websites where they can express themselves more freely. I mean, not that I would know or anything. I just heard that some of these things may exist. But I think my man Hayden69123 said it best in the chat. Let's see what Hayden has to say. So my man came in here with a bold opening statement. He just came right into the chat and dropped, "I'm hard, boys." So my man Hayden just don't give a fuck, alright? He was hard and he had to let us know. This tells us a lot about him. I mean, number 1, we know that he's hard. Number 2, we know that he is a male. And number 3, we know that he likes women. So this is a lot of good information we're getting from Hayden right off the bat. Really feel like I got to know him better from this. But my man Brog562 was not a fan. He responded with awkward. And I can definitely see where Brog is coming from. It is a little bit awkward that we now know the status of Hayden69123's penis. But as I said, my man Hayden, he just don't give a fuck, alright? He's hard and he gotta let us know. So he responds with, "Who's with me?" I gotta be honest with you, Hayden, I am not with you on this one. I'm definitely enjoying the quality gameplay just like you are, although I don't think I'm enjoying it quite as much as you are. Now, if we could get 2 males to play this game, then I'll be right there with you, Hayden, okay? I will be right there with you, man. But fast forward about 30 seconds or so, we don't see any Hayden in the chat, and then all of a sudden he pops up again, so you can only imagine what he was doing for that time period. However, Hayden comes right back into the convo. He says, "Take off the pants. I want to see some pussy." Wow, I told you, man, this dude just doesn't give a fuck. He got his dick out, it's hard, and he trying to see some pussy. Simple as that, and he just letting everyone know. I gotta respect the honesty from him, he's keeping it real. Now, is this the platform where this type of thing might happen? Probably not. Twitch gets pretty wild, although I don't think it gets that wild. But I thought this sequence from Hayden really described this stream pretty well. So let's move on to our next topic of the day. Treyarch finally gave us an update on League Play, and let me just read you the details real quick and then we'll discuss discuss it. This all kicks off with the launch of League Play by the end of January, which we know many of you are eagerly anticipating. League Play will operate a little differently this time around. The system is designed to emulate a schedule more like the pros play, where League Play events will be intense and frequent but shorter duration, generally spanning weekends or 3-day periods. In between those events, scrims will be run as an unranked playlist using CWL rules, so the players and teams can sharpen their skills before a competition. So once again, we don't have an exact date, but they have said the end of January, so it should be here sometime in the next 3 weeks. However, I have to question what they did to the format. So basically, it seems that the only time of the week where you actually play for a rank is during the weekends or some other predetermined 3-day time period that Treyarch magically created off the top of their head. I don't really know what the details of it are. And the rest of the time, League Play will be there. However, you're playing unranked scrims. Now, I have to ask the question, I mean, what the fuck is the point of playing unranked League Play? That's basically pubs. The whole point of playing League Play is to play to reach Master Rank 1. That is the goal of the playlist. So to have an unranked League Play doesn't make any fucking sense. And not to mention, people got shit to do, man. People have different schedules. Some people work on the weekends. Some people like to go outside. I don't know what's wrong with those people. You know, going outside is very scary. However, some people do have other shit to do besides plan their life around your fucking League Play schedule. Like, what if you are not available during these specific times where League Play actually has a rank? Like, what happens then? You're just fucked? You can't play? Oh, don't worry, though. You can play unranked scrims. Like, that's really fun. Like, what? Come on, man. It's not hard. We already know how League Play is supposed to work. You've done it before. I just don't understand why you have to keep fucking with it when we already know the system that works. Just make it again. It's very simple. Is this why we had to wait 4 months so you could come up with this creative idea that nobody wants? Are you serious right now? And I already know the idiots are going to defend this. Once again, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They just can't hop off Treyarch's dick and admit that they're making a mistake. But let me try to explain this for these very, mentally challenged people, alright? I know you're very excited to spend your entire weekend playing some stupid meaningless League Play tournament or whatever, right? That's great. I understand you want to spend your weekend doing that when honestly, all that's probably going to happen during these fucking events is your router is going to get sent to outer space, alright? You've just given these kids an even bigger incentive to fry your shit. That was already happening, but now you concentrated it to a very specific 3-day period where you really hyped it up and make it seem like it actually means something more than it really does. So you already know routers about to be sent out to orbit every single game, okay? That's already a given. But for the rest of us normal people that don't get bullied every day, I would just like to get on a Wednesday night and just play an hour or two of League Play before I go to bed. Just have a good time. Just nice, casual, competitive Call of Duty gameplay. Instead, apparently, if I want to play League Play, I have to plan my life around League Play, which is not going to happen. Like, it's fucking League Play, man. It's not that serious. I'm just trying to have fun, okay? I'm not trying to go pro. And even if you were trying to go pro, you're not going to do it from League Play, man. Go on Game Battles, go on UMG, play some GBs, play some S&D tournaments, play against actual pro players, make a name for yourself. You're not going to go pro playing fucking League Play against XX Pussy Sniper 69X, who's using a sniper in League Play Hardpoint, going 3 and 47. He doesn't even know the rotations of the hill, and you're killing him, and you think you're going to go pro. That's not how it's going to happen, man. And I know you might think I'm just a fucking idiot, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I just like to complain about the game or whatever. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. How about we listen to what Scump has to say, right? Let's go ahead and read his tweet here. All I wanted was a playlist with a decent ranking system that I could grind, shaking my head for the millionth time. Wow, that's crazy. An actual pro player, one of the best, if not the very best Call of Duty player of all time, also thinks that this system is fucking stupid. Wow, that's so crazy. So you don't have to value my opinion. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. But can you at least value the opinion of one of the best players in the world? I think that would mean something, right? But at the end of the day, these dick riders just gonna keep riding that dick. Like, they're just fucking stupid. You can't explain to stupid people why they're wrong because they just don't know. So, you know what? I'm wrong. Scump is wrong. We're all wrong. You know what? Treyarch is doing a great job. Let me just put it like this, alright? This is very simple. If you do not see the problem with how Treyarch has handled League play this year. I'm talking about the delay and the format. If you don't see an issue with that, you are the fucking issue. You are the problem. It's retards like you that allow Call of Duty to keep fucking us over. It's because of retards like you. So anyways, I wish Fortnite didn't add these dumbass planes to their game, man. I could be playing that. Instead, I'm over here getting bent over by Call of Duty for that 8th year in a row. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels